is Vlogmas Day 6.
Hold on, it's time for it to reappear.
I've just been to Asda. I'm gonna just slide in some clips from Asda because one of them was like, this is kind of an entertaining stocking stuffer, and the other is just an actual, it's a real struggle that I've been going through for a while, but I don't think I've shared with you.
Has anybody else seen this? I was walking past and I was like, what? What? This is the craziest merch ever. I don't think this is a conversation that we've had, but where is all the plain chocolate ice cream? I have looked and looked and looked at any price point. Every kind of chocolate ice cream has got stuff in it. It's got like brownie stuff, or like salted caramel pieces, or even just like the regular Haagen-Dazs, just plain chocolate, that one. It's got chocolate curls. I want a completely smooth chocolate ice cream. Why is there so much to ask for? Got a little bit excited then because I thought, oh, gelato, and it didn't look like it had pieces, and then I saw it was called chocolate drizzle. So it's definitely got some kind of chocolate sauce in it. Why? Why? Can anyone recommend just a plain? I don't even care, honestly, at this point, what it's made out of. I will take plant-based, fat-free, whatever. I don't care. I just want plain chocolate ice cream. This looks plain. That scoop of ice cream has not got any pieces in it, but it does say dark chocolate pieces with cocoa from Ecuador. Like, no, I just want the ice cream part. And they don't do just plain chocolate ice cream anymore. You know, like in the cheap bit, it's all like Neapolitan is the closest you can get, which used to be my favourite when I was a kid, but it's all got a certain flavour, hasn't it? Just want chocolate. What happened?
And now we're back, so I'll show you what I actually bought. I went specifically for wrapping paper, which I got, and ibuprofen, because at the moment I can't keep it in. I'm like going through a good amount of headache tablets. I bought this because it's my all-time favourite comfort cake. It's totally plain Madeira cake, but oh my god, not the one in the like where they have like regular packaged stuff. This is like a proper cake. This is fresh. It is moist. It's very, very good. It's just delicious. I could eat the whole thing. I could just like, without slicing it, just eat it like a cake bar. I also bought these, which have been changed. The packaging has changed, and I think I'm going to have a problem with this, to be honest. These are the dark chocolate ginger biscuits from Bordeaux, which I love. But they used to come in a plastic case. Totally get why they don't come in a plastic case anymore. We're trying to reduce how much single-use plastic, yada yada. But the problem is, although they are encased in chocolate, they will still go soft. And I have issues with, I mean, obviously food generally, but I have issues with a soft biscuit. I need these to be in something that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Sealed off from the air. So I think I'm going to have to get a tin to keep biscuits in. I think it's probably time, to be honest. Manny's got his own biscuit tin and I'm going to have mine. But these are amazing. And they also need to be kept in the fridge, so it's going to need to be a small tin. I got a new one of these because every time I buy one, I use it for the place that it's not intended for. I bought one specifically for my office. And I'm actually going to swap out where the ones are because that's got some USB ports, which is really useful. I'm going to finally tidy up my office today because I'm working tomorrow and I want to like start my working week on a good. So I bought another extension cord. And finally, apart from all the wrapping paper, these were on 3 for 2. And so initially I was just looking at this one, which is called Buff and Tumble. I love these. These are some of my favourite nail polishes, which is a nice kind of like a beigey nude pink. It's not too pink. It's still neutral, I think. You know, it's not too much on the orangey side, not too much on the pink side. It's quite neutral for me, for my skin tone. That one I like. I got this, which is Go Garnet. I'm always looking for a super, super dark red, and that's what this is. And finally, just because, you know, it was 3 for 2 and whichever one, what was I going to get? I got a glitter top coat, which is, it's been a minute, but I really feel like maybe one of these, or maybe a combination of the 3, should be like my Christmas manicure. I don't know. It's like rediscovering something I used to do a long time ago. I used to paint my nails all the time. And then partially it's like having small children. You can't be painting your nails. there's always, the minute you paint your nails, they need something. And now my kids are older, they could do things for themselves. But also it was nice to have them like always done because they would chip so quickly. So I've just kind of dropped off purely because I don't have the time for the regular appointments anymore. And I was like ruining them doing all the candle and the concrete making. But I have kind of fallen back in love with painting my own nails, which sounds ridiculous. Real first world problems, I know. But I do really like this particular brand. I've only just edited today's vlog. So yesterday's vlog, it is 10 to 4. Is that right? Yeah, 10 to 4. And I'm just exporting it now and it goes up at like 6. This is unusually late. But this is part of the reason that I decided to post them later in the day, is it just kind of allowed a little bit of flexibility. In years gone by, I have gone places and come home, like gone to a party, or I mean, I don't do a lot of social stuff in the evening these days, but I have even been out like to go around to someone's house for dinner or something. We've come home and I've been editing a vlog at like midnight. I didn't really want to do that. But also my analytics tell me that most people watch stuff in the evening. So although I do have a small subset of people who I know appreciate an early morning upload, I have to try and go with the majority. Like I said in yesterday's vlog, people aren't posting Vlogmas this year. Why might that be? People are posting on TikTok, people are posting on Instagram Reels. It's just not for me. I am a purist. I'm a more traditionalist. I just want it to be, I don't want it to change. I don't want to have to do new things. I want it to be something that I can point to as like every single year it was on YouTube. I don't want it to be like, oh, for 3 years it was on that weird app that everyone used. It's just not for me. And I'm not going to like settle in to watch a TikTok. I want to watch something on YouTube, you know? But I do also have to be mindful of the way the platform is changing and try to adjust accordingly. Anyway, all that is not important. What you really want to know is she cleaned the office. She put away all the clothes. Do you know how many weeks I've had piles of clothes in my bedroom just on the floor? I've said this before, but in recent years, I don't think I've appreciated, and I should tell him and I don't think I've appreciated how tolerant Lee is of my messiness, because I honestly don't know. He's so tidy. He's very anal about like where things are. I don't know how he doesn't just lose it, because if I felt the way that he does about like neatness and I had to live with someone who just seemingly doesn't care, obviously that's not true, we know how it goes, but I don't know. We really don't argue. We'll like bicker about such inane thing that has to just be down to the fact that, well, first of all, I'm fairly non-combative, relatively argumentative on the internet, which is a separate issue. But I'm just like a peacemaker. But he's also just, I don't know, maybe he really loves me. That can't be it. Right, I'm going to go downstairs and see what we're going to have for tea. Just watched Emma's Vlogmas Day 3. She's doing 12 days of Vlogmas. I'll leave her linked below in case you didn't know that she was doing it. Because, you know, again, as we talked about earlier, the YouTube algorithm, I don't even know where the K sound came from. The YouTube algorithm is no friend of the old school creator. Anyway, I was watching her Vlogmas Day 3 and she unwrapped the first 2 of my presents, which was really fun. So you can see what I sent to her. But she also taste tested my, and the word is peanut butter cups. So again, something to go and see. But she mentioned that she'd watched Genie, and me and Lee watched Genie last night after a couple of you told me you should watch Genie. And I really enjoyed it. But for the first half an hour, I was saying to Lee, I'm just not, because we were just watching it on our own. And I said, we'll watch 10 minutes of it and see what we think of, like, is this one to watch with the kids? Is it like, not that it would be inappropriate because our kids are older, but like, is it a specifically family-friendly film? There are certain films we wouldn't necessarily watch unless we were watching them with the kids. That's kind of the vibe I was trying to, like, is it really a kid's film? All the way through, I was like, I just can't quite get the measure of this. It felt like there were elements that felt, no, this is not for kids. And then the silliness, maybe that was dialed down because it was actually an adult's film. It was kind of a family film theme that felt more adult. It was just slightly lacking in the like funny silliness stuff that they could have done because it felt like they weren't actually trying to make it for kids. Do you know what I mean? If you've watched it, I feel like you'll know what I mean. I really enjoyed it. I think if they'd made it a kids' film, maybe it would have been too silly. Maybe they couldn't have got into some of the themes that they wanted to talk about. Maybe, you know, it's not, kids wouldn't have quite understood. I don't know. I really did enjoy it. I love Melissa McCarthy and everything. Even the terrible things. Even 9 Perfect Strangers, which, oh my God, what a waste of my life. I still loved her in it. But it felt like a missed opportunity. Like, either it's for adults and you like double down and you do the silliness, but you do it like, and it's rude. Or it's for kids and it's like, you really, really go crazy. And I just feel like they were trying to kind of walk a line and they missed it slightly.
Because I did the crazy cold markets all weekend and Lee went to Amsterdam with work for his Christmas do. No, it was fine. But because we were both away and busy all weekend, we're just still recovering from not getting enough sleep. And shortly after that clip, we had like a sandwich and fell asleep on the sofa. So here I am to tell you that's the end of this day. And yeah, I know a couple of people told me in the previous vlog, but do let me know who you're watching for like festive content, because definitely in the market. But I will leave Emma's link below.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill.